Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. First off, let me tell you real quick, this isn't one of those trick titles where I'm just trying to do something dramatic to get views. So no, I'm not stopping eating raw vegan. What I'm talking about here, or what I meant in the title, and this is just something I was thinking. I was laying out today getting some sun, and I'm listening to a video. I'm listening because I like to close my eyes when I'm lying in the sun. So I'm listening to Sadhguru. I might have mentioned him a little bit before. Has nothing to do with the message of the video. I just get some good inspiration. I get things come into my head when I lay out in the sun there and just put my headphones on and listen to videos. I don't know. I've kind of been thinking about this before. It just seems to always be. And when I say that. I'm not going to be living the raw vegan lifestyle anymore. It may just be semantics, but it's just like I'm always trying to tweak my mind a little bit in this thing called life. And I guess what I'm trying to say is it's just not all about food. And to talk of it as, I know we always like to say it's raw vegan, it's a lifestyle, not a diet. But for me, and this is just for me, I just can't see a lifestyle being based around one component of life. Like I can't call something a lifestyle that's just about food. Because that's almost just saying like there's nothing important in life besides food, and it's all about food. It's kind of similar to my thoughts on my yoga practice. You know, for many people, like they just associate yoga with asana, and asana is part of the yoga practice. It is not the yoga practice itself. It's not the whole of the yoga practice. So in my head, for my life, I've got a lot of things going, and there's a lot of paths that I'm pursuing, and there's a lot of paths I'm interested in. And I just, I think the raw vegan aspect of it is just a part of an overall lifestyle. I mean, you know, and I've been thinking about that more and more. Like even when I make videos. I got on a train of thought. I was writing some notes in bed, I think it was one night last week, and I just got the word lifestyle into my head. And I wasn't thinking about this video at the time. This isn't one I've been thinking about since then. But I got lifestyle in my head, and I said, you know what, I'd kind of like to start directing this channel in kind of the direction of a lifestyle channel as opposed to just an always food. Now, you know, like everybody else, we all, you know, I go back and forth with that sometimes, but I've mostly come to a peace with that. I look at the numbers, you know, how many people watch certain videos, and I always notice that when it's something specifically about the food and recipes and straight up raw vegan food, it gets more views. But that has to do with the keywording and how people are searching and stuff. But I'm not necessarily, yes, I'm doing it for views, because if nobody sees it, I'm just sitting in a room talking to myself, which is very cathartic, but I do want as many people I want to share with as many people as possible, so that is what it is. So I think about that, but you know what? I'm not worried about that. There's some of these videos I do that are a little bit more just me, and they don't get as many hits as the top food ones, but I'm happy with that because there's enough people that are interested. And even if I have just a small group of people interested in certain topics, you know, I will do them. But yeah, I kind of want to ease more in. I want to move more towards the overall lifestyle. I was kind of trying to reflect that in that video about coming down to transition or do whatever you want to do in Costa Rica. That you know, it's great. And that's why I say, like, let's get the food done, and that's kind of the first step. Now when I say this, I'm not by any means saying, okay, I've mastered food, it's on to the next. But I've got my food under control to where I have more to learn, but the food doesn't control me. I control what I put in my mouth. Now I may not be educated enough yet to know everything I need to be doing, and I may still not be doing some things right, and I have to educate more. But I feel like I'm on the right track on the food. And I'm kind of past this whole craving and desire and all that stuff. So I would encourage you to get there because you can focus on other things. Probably one of the next videos that I'm going to be doing is going to be about water. And I think I'm going to actually do with people. And I'm not big on the challenges. I'm not a challenge type person, although I did one earlier. I'm going to do another one. I think I'm going to do a 30-day water challenge, but I'll do a video on that. Because I think water, I just read this incredible article about this woman that did that. She decided to drink a gallon of water a day for a month. And she took photos of herself and she just documented the changes in her body and her appearance just from doing that. Well, I know for a fact, I've watched a lot of Durian Riders when he was doing the hydration chart, and I try, but that's something I need to work on. But it's like, there's food. You can be eating great, but you're not fully hydrated and you're not firing on all cylinders. There's exercise. I notice some of the people talk about it's just the food, and I don't know, are you getting any movement? And it's not so much movement for the old-fashioned burning calories and doing this. Our bodies need to move. They need to move just to stay functional. We need to keep our joints fluid, and we need to have fun. So we need to move our body, not so much in a boring exercise way. Now, some things that people find boring I like, even though I'm not currently going to the gym. I always like going to the gym. I like running. But you got to find something that you enjoy, that you're passionate about. That's why I like the yoga also. Yoga is a huge part of my lifestyle, my path also. Because yoga, for me, it has a bunch of different meanings. And it connects a lot of different aspects in my life. It's a really good workout to me, but it's also an efficient workout, and it's a good thing for my body, for the circulation, for the flexibility. It's not all about just straight up the lifting and the running just for a result. There's a connection. The yoga is a little bit of a connection between the physical, the mental, and the spiritual, or the inside, which leads into the next. I would encourage everybody to have some sort of a practice. That's why I encourage yoga, because a lot of people don't meditate, and meditation can be harder. People can find that harder, but you can kind of use the yoga as a moving meditation. So with the yoga, you're getting a workout, exercise, but you're also going inside, because if you're doing yoga and not just stretching, you're concentrating on the breath. You're following your breath. You're moving in sync with your breath, and this kind of becomes a meditation, a moving meditation in itself. But I would encourage the spiritual, whether you're religious or whether you're just spiritual, whether you believe in God, whether you believe in an organized religion, or whether you trust the universe. But there needs to be some sort of a reflective, I think. This is for my life. Like I say, I'm not telling you, you need to do this, and sometimes I use verbiage that sounds like that. You need to do this. But I really mean just like, this is my thoughts on how to kind of have a good, nice, balanced life. And for me, yeah, I need something. I have my beliefs, and I don't know, I wouldn't say necessarily the meditation is always a part of that. Sometimes the meditation is just the quieting of the mind. People can tell you, well, no, meditation is this and meditation is not that, but meditation can be for different purposes and different reasons, even within the same person. What else? I'm just thinking of different aspects. Having fun, laughing. All of these things are more than, think about what I'm saying, and some people, and like I say, I'm not getting a stickler. I'm not trying to tell anybody else, you should stop this, you shouldn't call it a lifestyle anymore. But am I on to something here that, like, there's really more, and we might even, in our heads, like, for me, it's just like I'm kind of stopping calling it this lifestyle and using those phrases and having that in my head. Because I think what I say manifest what's inside and what's going on inside of me and how I perceive something. And I don't want to perceive it like that, because like I say, sometimes we do this and we bring it on ourselves because we're going to groups about raw vegan or raw till 4, whatever you're doing. When I say raw vegan, you can most of the time you can substitute raw till 4. It's the same dynamics. Raw till 4, I wouldn't say is a lifestyle. It's part of a healthy, well-balanced lifestyle, but it's not a lifestyle. And I think just me saying that within myself and calling it the raw vegan lifestyle, I put I overly make important. I can't get, so there, you know what, I think sometimes I have a tick in my head. I can't get certain words out that I'm trying to think of. I make it more important than it actually is. That it's all food. It's all food all the time. Food, 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 food. I've kind of dropped off the last couple or 3 weeks on the research because I just got to the point where I'm like, I'm obsessing over food. All the, Everything I'm doing, all the research, everything's about food, and I have other interests in my life, and I have other things and other paths that I value in importance with the food. So, not going to change my lifestyle. This wasn't that video where I come out and tell you I'm no longer a raw vegan. I'm eating a raw vegan lifestyle. I'm mostly raw. I'm always raw when I'm in Costa Rica, except maybe those nuts that are maybe not 100% raw. I don't know about that, but I'm mostly raw. But that's not everything. A lot more to life than just the food. So that's another reason to, you know, like, get the food part of it together and don't just keep, you know, when you fall, yeah, encourage yourself, don't beat yourself up, get back up, but try to figure out where you know, to keep yourself from falling the next time. I guess what I'm trying to say, the sooner you can get the food thing down, you can move on to other aspects of your life, and you can even go further, because like I say, we can just get obsessed with the food, and it gets a little, I just don't think it's the healthiest thing in the world if we're obsessing about the food all the time, if everything is food, food, food. I mean, I even find myself doing this, and I guess that's just part of a reality of a raw vegan lifestyle and having to prepare stuff. Sometimes I just get tired of thinking about food all the time. I mean, God, you know, I'm not a material person. I guess the only thing about having some extra money would be like if you had plenty of money, I'd get an assistant and just say, have food for me all the time. I must have bananas, I must have this, I must have this, I must have this all the time, always available. So yeah, you know, we do have to put some preparation, and we're always doing stuff in this style, even the lazy guy like me. So anyhow, I hope this helps with a little something. I don't know what it'll help you with. It may just give you the idea to think about what else you've got going on your path to health and wellness other than just food. Anyhow, love you guys. I hope you'll like this video and give me a thumbs up. And I will see you this coming week. Peace.